Hello everybody, and welcome to extremely cold Iowa. It is single digits, close to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Anyway, it might be cold, but I'm feeling all warm and fuzzy inside because I have not one, but 2 new trucks to show you guys on this video. Both of them are right behind this door, and this door will be coming up right after this. Hey there, thanks for turning down my road. If this is your first time here, my name's Carl. My little brother and I both work for local farmers full-time, but we both also farm together with our cattle herd and our hay operation. Everybody's involved, from the smallest to the biggest. If you don't have the joy of farming yourself, I'd love to help you experience it through this channel. Whatever your background, you found the right place. This is Dodge Brothers Farm and Ranch. So one thing to know about farmers, when they say they got a new truck, oftentimes it doesn't mean it's new as the rest of the world defines new, but it's new to them. First of all, here is my new daily driver. I traded in the 1993 Ford Ranger for this 2002 Dodge 2500. That's right, it's a 3/4 ton pickup, 4-wheel drive, brand new tires on it. I'm excited to fire this truck up and show it to you a little bit more. I really didn't even mean to trade trucks. I went and looked at this for my brother because he's been looking for a truck. I thought he might be interested in it. He was not interested because it's a short bed. The truck was in good shape, everything checked out, but he didn't want a short bed because you can't turn tight with a gooseneck trailer if you've got a square nose livestock trailer like we oftentimes pull. And the person that was selling this was actually looking for a small Ford Ranger style pickup, and I just happened to have one that I was wanting to upgrade, and it was a match made in heaven. I gave him some cash and my Ranger and drove home with this 2002 Dodge Ram. Anyway, we'll start this up, take it for a little drive in a second, but this is the other new truck. It's only a year newer. It's a 2003 Freightliner FLD 120. As you remember, we have been driving that Volvo semi for years and years that we haul corn with in the fall. It's been giving us a lot of problems over the last few years, and it's getting to be where it's hard to source parts for it. It takes forever to get the parts. They got to come from all over the United States. Nobody wants to work on it. Anyway, we found this Freightliner advertised locally. The price was right, so we picked it up and brought it home. And after we brought it home, we kind of got the idea that maybe we could haul some of our own grain to the big city with it. You have been seeing me do that if you've been paying attention to Instagram over the last week. But I think next week's video, if the weather is right, I'll make a video of running this semi down the road with corn, hauling it to the big city. So you'll be able to see that. Let's take a quick peek at the interiors of these trucks and then take the Dodge for a drive, shall we? This trailer that we're pulling, by the way, is not ours. We're actually renting it from a guy that has been custom hauling our corn for years. The trailer that you're used to seeing is parked over there. The reason we're not using it is a small trailer. It's 36 feet long, and also it's made entirely of steel, whereas this Timpty is an aluminum trailer. And as you know, if you get steel out on the road in the wintertime in the salt brine, it's not going to stay nice like this trailer is for very long. So we may be selling this trailer. If you're interested in a really nice steel jet grain trailer, reach out to me in the comment sections. We can talk about it here. We're probably going to be selling this. We're probably going to be buying this if everything works out. Okay, let's take a peek inside this Freightliner, shall we? Now the Freightliner FLD is just a classic semi-tractor. They're very common. Man, I should have cleaned up my mess in the interior here a little bit before I brought you guys in. It's got plain Jane gauges, which I love. They all work. Really nothing super fancy that you don't need. It's got an engine brake, which I really, really love. I probably use that more than I need to just because it sounds so cool. Nice radio, cruise control works. Everything is simple in this truck. I love that. It's got a 10-speed transmission and a Cummins N14 engine under the hood. We had to install a new CB radio, Cobra 29, for going through the lines down in the big city to dump corn. You've got to have a CB so that they can communicate with you. All right, let's go take a look at the Dodge. So it is a quad cab. The back door's open. You can get the kids in there real nice. With the exception of the torn seat and the kind of torn up top of the steering wheel, the interior of this truck is in really pretty good shape. The seats are nice and clean. They're not stained. There's not a big mess in here. There are a few just classic Dodge things. You know, these kinds of things wear out. This is a classic Dodge problem, the dash. They made this dash out of really brittle plastic and it just can't stand up to the sunlight. So they do make aftermarket covers that you can glue on top of what's left of the dash. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. If it's worth it, I might possibly do it. We'll see. Anyway, the most exciting part of this truck is under the hood. So let's take a look there, shall we? I'm not a huge fan of Dodge trucks, but I am a huge fan of Cummins engines. And this 2002 has the 24-valve Cummins turbo diesel. This engine is in really great shape. I checked it for blow-by before and after I had started it and warmed it up. No blow-by cold, no blow-by warm. It does have the aftermarket big honkin' air filter. I just bought a new one to put on there. This one's a little bit old, but this gives you a lot more airflow and more reliable filtration. You don't have to worry about a plastic box breaking and letting dirt in. So let's fire it up, take it for a ride. Pretty quiet inside. I think I can make it a little bit quieter by putting a muffler on it and a tailpipe. Currently, the exhaust system just ends at the resonator under the box, so I definitely can make it quieter. Not sure if I want to though. It just barely makes it up to that 165 or 170 mark, no matter how long you drive it. So I did order a Cummins thermostat for it. It just showed up yesterday. It's a 190-degree thermostat, so that's one of the first things I'm going to do to it. I've got to say, overall, for an 18-year-old pickup in the Midwest, this truck is actually pretty clean. I mean, look at these tires. They're absolutely new. Overall, I'm pretty thrilled with this truck. It is capable of getting pretty good fuel mileage. I think replacing that thermostat and the air filter is going to help with that. It should actually get better fuel mileage than my Ranger did. Well, the thermostat already came in, and I gotta say, I am impressed with Cummins here for making it super easy to access the thermostat. All I had to do, there's 3 bolts to take this little housing off. Pop that up out of there. There was where the thermostat was. I just siphoned enough coolant out of the radiator so that I didn't make a mess. Come look at the new thermostat compared to the old one. This is a genuine Cummins thermostat. This one I'm pretty sure is not, definitely not. Look at this one is closed. This one is stuck open. So I think that's going to make all the difference. We shall see. So yeah, this just lays in here just like this. There's not even any gasket because this rubber seal that is on the thermostat sits in this groove and then protrudes up high enough that the housing pushes down on it, squishes it up, and that's what actually keeps everything from leaking. So pretty good system. Look at that new thermostat work. I'm just a few miles down the road and it's running right up to the temperature that it should be. Beautiful. Well, now that the thermostat's taken care of, I am dropping the truck off at the local transmission shop. I'm gonna have him service this transmission, make sure the bands are properly adjusted, and get a new filter in it and some new fluid. That's really important on this particular transmission, to keep the bands adjusted properly. That's one of the reasons that people think that they're not a reliable transmission, is because they don't keep them maintained and service them properly. I just want to make sure that everything's cool with this one before I put a lot of miles on it. and try to find out what kind of condition the transmission's in. So we're dumping it off here today. I appreciate you guys so much. It's been a wild year. It's been insane. It's been 2020. It's been what it is. But thank you so much for following along with our farming journey and caring so much about us. Thanks for riding along this week. I'll see you next time.